Hiya folks, something a little bit different again tonight. A flashback to the church service a couple of months ago when I was teetering around on a ladder as a way of trying to talk about and conceptualise and understand that beautiful passage from Philippians, which in some ways is the big picture of what the Christmas story is all about. Now, just a little note in case you weren't around at this point in our church life, you might think it's very odd that I'm preaching in front of lots of pants and socks, kind of on the line behind me. It was because our harvest appeal this year was asking everyone to donate some pants, socks, hats and scarves to be given to refugees and asylum seekers. And just an incredible little detail to think that in the story that we're about to look at, in that Christmas story, a refugee and an asylum seeker really described Jesus and his parents. So, let's go. If we rearrange these verses slightly, just the sort of layout of them, this is why I've kind of brought the ladder along this morning. It almost seems like this is a little sort of downhill staircase, that as you follow through all of the different ways that Paul describes the life and ministry and nature of Jesus and what he did in becoming incarnate and becoming a man and walking amongst us, it's almost like he voluntarily goes down a step at a time. So I thought, it's okay, hopefully. If there's a sudden crash, then at least you'll remember the sermon. But yeah, I thought we could start up here on the top step. Jesus, even though he was in very nature God, the God of the universe, the God of the heavens and the earth, the God who created it all, hands that flung stars into space, as the hymn has it. This is who we're talking about, the God of all that is. There is no higher step on the ladder. There is no higher rung. He is the most powerful being in the universe, right at the top. But then he voluntarily, willingly took a step downwards. He was born as a man, and not just as a man, born as a little baby. The vulnerability of the Christmas story, the vulnerability of that little helpless baby wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger, all the details that we know and love. But one of the things that just keeps coming through so loud and clear is the gap, the distance of that massive step down that God willingly took from the creator of the heavens and the earth to the screaming baby lying in the straw in the manger. Just this immense downwards, humblewards direction. He was born not in a palace, not to some high-ranking official, not to somebody great and powerful. He was born to unwed young parents, far away from home, homeless virtually, and they then had to go on the run out of terror of Herod and the way he was pursuing all of the babies of Bethlehem. So words which really kind of have a resonance even in our modern world, they became refugees. They were homeless, they became refugees, they were poor, all of these things which still in 2021 still describe the people who are down on the low rungs of the ladder. God willingly took those steps down.
I have a friend whose faithful love is more than all the world to me. 'Tis higher than the height above, and deeper than the soundless sea. So old, so new, so strong, so true. Before the earth received its frame, he loved me. Blessed be his name. He held the highest place above, adored by all the sons of flame. Yet such his self-denying love, he laid aside his crown and came to seek the lost, and at the cost of heavenly rank and earthly fame, he sought me. Blessed be his name. It was a lonely path he trod, from every human soul apart, known only to himself and God, was all the grief that filled his heart. Yet from the track he turned not back, till where I lay in want and shame he found me. Blessed be his name. Then dawned at last that day of dread, when desolate yet undismayed, with wearied frame and thorn-crowned head, he, God forsaken and betrayed, went up for me to Calvary, and dying there in grief and shame, he saved me. Blessed be his name. Long as I live, my song shall tell the wonders of his dying love, and when at last I go to dwell with him, his sovereign grace to prove, my joy shall be his face to see, and bowing there with loud acclaim, I'll praise him. Blessed be